What is up and welcome back. We are your Colorado real estate family, Pete and Chelsea Sweeney, and today we're going to be covering the pros and cons of Castle Rock, Colorado.
All right, let's go.
All right, we need to hurry up and knock this video out because I think we're about to get rained on. If you can see in the distance in the back, every time I do this, I know it's not quite the same as us seeing it personally, but it looks like it's downpouring over there. I think it's working this way. We can hear the thunder. On the other side, we got some buffaloes, which are amazing, but there's some traffic over there and you really couldn't hear us. I got some video. I'll kind of throw it in and show those buffaloes. Super awesome.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So we are going to do the cons first and then end it on a positive note and take you into the Castle Rock pros. Yep. And when we were doing this, I'll be honest guys, we could not find as many cons as pros, which obviously speaks volume to Castle Rock. However, we would not be doing our job if we didn't tell you some of the downfalls of Castle Rock as well. So the first one is that it's a throughway city.
Yeah, and so what does that mean? Essentially what it is I-25, which is our main vein that runs north and south in Colorado, pretty much, you know, your Denver metro area. It goes right through Castle Rock, and that causes a lot of issues in regards to your traffic noise that you have going on. We just experienced, we had to get our kids some Chick-fil-A, and the traffic is just, it's horrible there. I'm sorry, it's the congestion. No one knows where they're going. Everyone's kind of like, I don't know where to go because of all this congestion. Is this road going there? Is this going there? And
there's a lot of backups,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it gets backed up and it's crazy. And
yeah,
what the hell? Yo, you're getting on the freeway.
What?
No, turn right. Get out of the lane. No.
Okay. It almost feels like the roads aren't quite big enough for as much traffic as that kind of hub of the central Castle Rock actually needs and has, because a lot of people are living on the outskirts of Castle Rock, and then they're going in for like the restaurants and shopping and all of that. And that area right there seems like it just doesn't have big enough roads for the amount of people who are coming to that spot.
And another thing along those lines, so when you have that much traffic and everything, it limits your walkability. Now Castle Rock does have, you know, a lot of areas that we'll talk about a little bit later in this video, but where you do have that walkability. But if you're just like walking in and around like the main portion, the main part of Castle Rock, you're not going to have that walkability whatsoever. There's a lot of box stores over there, a lot of restaurants, and cars just not really knowing where to go.
The second con of Castle Rock is going to be that cost of housing.
Yeah, and the cost of housing in Castle Rock is blown up like crazy. We talk about this all the time anytime I refer to a city that blew up out of nowhere as the Castle Rock effect, right? And so let's compare Castle Rock to Denver, where if we were talking about Castle Rock 5 years ago, this would be completely flip-flopped, where you'd be paying more for a house in Denver as opposed to Castle Rock, and that is what blew Castle Rock up. Hey, guess what? I can move, 30 minutes just south of Denver, buy a bigger house, more bang for my buck, and then just commute up to Denver if that's where I work.
So we talk about this national average and using those numbers as kind of a way to see the differences of different cities, and Denver compared to Colorado and Colorado compared to other cities. Castle Rock is going to be a 206.6 and Denver is at 183.1. So that's 100 is national average. So clearly Denver and Castle Rock are way higher than the national average, but Castle Rock is still a lot higher than Denver.
And along those lines too, when we're talking about the national average number, that also includes your rentals as well. So think about that not only as a homeowner, but also if you're planning on renting, it's going to be a little bit more expensive to rent down in Castle Rock. Now let's look at that median sales price. And when we're talking about this median sales price that we're comparing right now, we're talking about your attached and your detached products lumped into one sum. If we look back at Denver, so Denver, as of April of 2023, had a median sales price of $570,000. Compare that to Castle Rock, you're looking at a median sales price of $665,000. That's almost $100,000 difference, a $100,000 gap in between Denver as opposed to Castle Rock.
Now, I also know that we're supposed to be talking about cons, but I also really get it every single time we're in Castle Rock, because the things that we talk to you guys about a lot, and we'll get into this with our pros, is how foothill, like you're just like nestled in the foothills, and it really makes, if you're moving to Colorado and you want to feel like the mountains, but you still want to be like close to everything, I get why Castle Rock's appealing.
Yeah, of course, and like, I mean, buffaloes, guys. Yeah, you know, it's like they got
buffaloes
buffaloes literally roaming in the backyards. I know they're multi-million-dollar houses, but at the same time, like who wouldn't want a bunch of buffaloes just roaming in the backyard,
There's like
right?
a lot of them.
Yeah.
One day the guy on the buffalo
20 of them.
Yep.
The third con of Castle Rock is going to be that commute to DIA.
Yeah, DIA, Denver International Airport. And like I said, we actually did a video about this, talking about how, we like to travel, so we want to be close vicinity within the airport access, right? Well, if you're coming from Castle Rock to go over to DIA, here's the thing. If you MapQuest it, right? Or MapQuest it, Google, whatever you use anymore.
Apple.
Yeah, Apple. It'll tell you, hey, guess what? No traffic, 45 minutes, right? You go straight up I-25, you go 225, then you take Pena Boulevard over. Those are the worst stretches because 25 that you have to travel, that's the DTC. And if you're ever driving in the DTC,
Denver Tech Center,
there's only maybe 2 hours in the day that traffic isn't there. And then
that's
you have
where the traffic is.
Yeah, exactly. And then it leads into 225. Same thing. You only have like a couple hours throughout the day that there is not traffic. So I call BS on that.
Yeah.
And I say you're looking at closer to like 2 hours. Now, you do have an option, which is our E470, our tollway. That'll bring you directly into DIA, but it is expensive in order to take that. Some people are like, you know what, screw this. I don't want to take 2 hours to get to the airport. So you take that tollway and it takes you about 45 minutes, right around there, same time frame. The fourth con that we're going to be talking about is the distance from Castle Rock over to those ski mountains. Now let's just kind of use one ski mountain in general. The closest one we're thinking about on I-70 is your Loveland Ski. And so if you're planning on going over there, think about it. So from Denver, without traffic, you're looking at easily probably about an hour, hour and a half. Castle Rock is 30 minutes south of Denver, so tack that on. So now you're looking at 2 hours. With traffic, I wouldn't doubt if it takes you 3 to 4 hours just to get up there because our traffic get crazy when you're going into the ski mountains.
Yeah, I-70, that's the one place. Like if you're not going really, really early in the morning, you are going to hit the ski traffic. And it used to be that we only had it on the weekends, but it's not anymore. So many people are working remote and they're able to switch around their schedule. And so we do see a lot more people visiting those mountains even during the week. All right, we've covered 4 cons about Castle Rock. And before we jump into all of the great things about Castle Rock, if you guys are liking this content, please hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, give us a thumbs up, show us your love, because we are putting out these videos every week for you.
And of course, guys, if you are planning on purchasing real estate here in the state of Colorado, today we're talking specifically about Castle Rock. We are your top relocation experts. Give us a call or text on the phone number right below, right there. We always answer. It doesn't matter day or time.
Okay, let's jump into the first pro. This is a no-brainer and something that if you're looking at Castle Rock, you probably already heard this, but we have to go into it a little bit, and that is its active lifestyle.
Yeah, Castle Rock is crazy active. Anytime we're really talking to you guys, there's 2 big things why you want to move into Castle Rock. First one being active lifestyle. The second one we'll get into a little bit later in this video. But yeah, it is super active down here, guys. And not only that, as a city, as a community, they have so many different events and stuff that are happening, organized by the whole city and what they're doing.
Yeah, if you go on their website, they have these free summer fitnesses where they're like, hey, Castle Rock's coming back for the summer, and it's all this different fitness things. Metzler Family Open Space just opened up, and if it's not enough to have a bunch of walking trails and open space, they have now actually gotten an app where you can do challenges that are like engaging in the community. Like, are you kidding me? How fun would that be to be able to go into an app and be like, yeah, I'm going to this today. What different challenges exist that I can partake in with my family or friends or whoever you decide to. They also have included a bunch of map installation to try to just make it so nice to be able to get outside and have really fun things to do with your family.
On top of that as well, they have an activity guide through the Parks and Rec here in Castle Rock. If you have that fur baby, guess what? They have some great dog parks down here in Castle Rock too. And it's like open space dog parks. I think about in Denver, you got these ones that are caged in. The dogs are like, what the hell? Where's all the trees at? Where's all the prettiness of Colorado? You're gonna find that down here in Castle Rock with all the different dog parks.
And in fact, when we were coming up here, we passed by several different golfing communities that are surrounded by housing. We saw tons of people out there. We see people up here on dates, walking, you name it, they have it in Castle Rock. And they're gonna go a little step further, which we're gonna talk about a little later in the video, to really get this community engaged.
Yep. All right, let's hurry up and dive into this second pro because I'm pretty sure this rain is about to come down. It's starting to get a little chilly out here, which is crazy. It's supposed to be 78 today. Obviously, that's not happening with this rain right now. So let's go and dive into that second pro, which is the Federal Community Block Grant, which Castle Rock receives from the federal government.
So this was something I thought was really cool. I dove into a little bit for you guys to kind of find out what exactly is this grant. So it's $255,000 per year.
Yeah.
And I wrote down all the different things it can be used for just to make sure that I'm encompassing it all. But it could be senior living, improvement to the town facilities, expand affordable living, economic opportunities, and community facilities and services. So it's pretty broad on what it can be used for, and it's so awesome that every single year, and they even have meetings about it where people can come in and say, hey, these are the things that we want that money to be allocated for. So the fact that it is very, broad on what it can be used for, and they host meetings for people who live in Castle Rock to be involved in what that money is spent for, obviously shows that they care about the development and how they keep up all of Castle Rock.
And I'm going to be totally candid with you guys. I'm not sure how many cities actually have access to these grants. I just know that Castle Rock just really hones in and utilizes it the best way that they can. So I'm not sitting here saying that Denver doesn't have this, that Littleton doesn't have this or anything like that. It just seems like Castle Rock really takes pride in the fact that they do use the funds correctly in order to improve the community. The third reason that we actually always help you guys out, you're always coming down here for the activities. And the other reason is because of the schools down here. They have a great school system. You're looking at Douglas County. If you look at niche.com, which I highly recommend checking out, you're looking at an A- in regards to the schools here in Douglas County.
A lot of you guys have been asking us, well, you know, Castle Rock, is it smaller? Like, how many schools are there really? Are we gonna have issues with schools? So I looked it up for you currently because greatschools.com actually tells you how many of each different, I hope you guys can see that we've recorded in the winter for you in Golden during a complete winter storm, and we might actually record today during a wind and rainstorm.
It might be a tornado drop down. I don't know.
How committed we are.
Yeah, we were just talking with some clients. He said there was a tornado warning yesterday, and it's like you might see a funnel cloud drop down behind us. Just joking. We don't want to keep you guys from here. I've never known of a tornado to hit down in Castle Rock.
There are tornadoes, but we've never seen them, and we've been here forever.
We've seen them in our backyard, but that's like the further east.
That was like literally in like a field.
He was like a tiny little guy.
Okay, anyways, let me tell you how many schools are down here because I was actually pretty amazed by the numbers. 42 preschools, 28 elementary schools, 11 middle schools, 6 high schools, and 28 private schools. So with all of that combined, if you Google great schools, they give a lot of good scoring. They had 4 9 out of 10 graded elementary schools, which is a lot, and then some actually trailing that were only like 8s and 7s, so still very good. They had 2 in the middle school age group that are 9 out of 10, and then they had a couple in high school as well. So these are great ratings, especially being that high and having so many to choose from.
The fourth pro that we gotta hurry up and cover because seriously, I hope you can hear us because I can see our bike like kind of moving with the wind, and I'm like, holy shit, it's gonna be hard to take that out. Anyways, the fourth thing we're gonna talk about is the sense of community that they do have here. So the development services here actually put on a monthly newsletter or a monthly report that looks like a newsletter every month, and so that's part of the community. We're trying to keep up with you guys. We're
can you
trying
talk
to best.
right now? I don't. Go ahead. So when I looked up this newsletter, it was so cool because I know that if you guys are new to our channel, you don't know how much of a development dweeb I am, but usually I go and I look at all the different development for the cities. I keep up with that to see kind of what all the cities are doing. Yeah. This newsletter literally makes it the most beautiful. It's development in a newsletter, and it is beautiful. It tells you exactly what each development plan that's coming in and what's been approved. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, Castle Rock couldn't have made it any easier for me, and they made it pretty. Like, come on, Castle Rock. The other thing about the community is they really, really want businesses to thrive here and build here. They have a video which looks like Fiverr or whatever we used to, in the early days, we used to make videos. They actually have one of those on their website saying, hey, do you want to launch a business here in Castle Rock? This is how you do it. Here's all the different things that you need to be successful in that. We welcome you here. And that, I think, is huge. We are so small business here in Colorado, and for Castle Rock to put it smack dab, like, let me make this easier for you, and not only that, like, we support you in coming here to Castle Rock, I think it speaks volumes to the community here.
All right, and the fifth pro that we're going to be covering is the shopping here in Castle Rock, and not only Castle Rock. So you got the Outlet Mall, which is what Castle Rock was kind of always known for when I was growing up here. It's like, hey, let's go down to Castle Rock, check out the Outlet Mall and all. But even just further north, if you go like South Littleton, I don't know if it's Littleton, Inglewood area, you got Park Meadows. So another great mall. They have all the bougie crap up there, you know. So if you're looking like your Louis and all your freaking Coach and all that stuff, I don't know.
We're not dogging on you. Peter thinks it's bougie because we're not big shoppers.
Yeah, I got a Coach wallet, I'm not gonna lie.
You do. Oh my God, that's funny, you do. And the other one is the Emporium. So again, I actually don't have a lot of experience with the Emporium, but we hear this about all the time between the outlets and the Emporium, that those are kind of like the big shopping areas. You're not gonna have a lack of shopping here. It's here. People come all the way down to Castle Rock to shop. So definitely something that Castle Rock's known for. Okay, so as we take it back to the car.
Yeah, the thunder's getting a little loud over here, so.
The thunder's going, and so if you like this content and you haven't done so already, you see our commitment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us a thumbs up, and comment down below because we do these videos for you.
And of course, guys, if you are looking at purchasing real estate here in the state of Colorado, today we're specifically talking about Castle Rock, give us a call or text the phone number right below right there. Our editor's gonna hate this because we're moving and stuff here. Here you go, I'll kind of make it a little harder for you. Give us a call or text, doesn't matter. Every time we are there for you, and until next time, we love you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, we need to hurry and knock this video out because knock this video out, right? 570, right? 570. The fourth thing that we're going to be talking about is Castle Rock.
All right, let's jump into the first con. This one's kind of a no-brainer. Oh. Oops. Where you decide to, or whatever, family and friends. Okay. Economic opportunities in community facilities and community facilities and services. Okay, we gotta move on. Whoa! Watch out! I hope they can see this sneaking in. We gotta get like a close up. Okay, well they're gonna see my hair.